Welcome to another episode focusing on overcoming life's challenges. Today I'll show you some great verses from the book of Revelation about the rewards of overcoming. We all have problems and challenges in our lives, and we do need solutions. Often it includes some kind of mind change. But already in the Old Testament, God had plans for his people. In Jeremiah 29, we read that he wanted to prosper them and to give them hope and a future. And that's probably exactly what we need too. There are obstacles, there are problems, unfulfilled dreams, maybe disappointments, and so on. You know what I mean. We all experience it, albeit to different degrees. For me, it was dark and negative thinking that was a huge part of me and my life. But thanks to God, that has changed. Nowadays, I'm struggling more with physical challenges, which in some cases is easier than when I felt hopeless and was kind of stuck with negative thinking. Some battles must be fought, even though we sometimes ask God to remove them, which he, in his wisdom, often does not do. Overcoming is not optional. It's doing God's will in spite of obstacles. You want to be faithful, no matter what. No matter what obstacles, circumstances, or emotions bother you. Jesus himself felt that struggle, and he pressed on. He was an overcomer. We need to follow in his footsteps. Before we read today's scriptures, I'll get a bit technical on you just for a minute. Today, I'll use the New American Standard Bible, which is one of the translations that use the word overcomes. Overcoming is translation of the Greek word nikao. Some translations use the word victorious or conquers instead of overcomes. So the Greek word comes from Nike. Probably Nike also got their name from Nike, which means victory. And the verb implies a battle, to carry off the victory, to prevail or subdue. There are lots of forms of this word in the New Testament, which kind of implies that it is a topic, an area we should also be thinking of. In the book of Revelation, chapters 2 and 3, we read these promises to the churches, that is, to Christians, to disciples like you and me. After that, in chapters 4 and 5, Jesus describes a part of heaven with an amazing imagery. Let's read 6 verses from Revelation that talk about the rewards of overcoming. Chapter 2, verse 7, it says, "To him who overcomes, I will grant to eat of the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God." Wow, the tree of life has not been accessible since the first chapters of the Bible. In paradise, you and I will be granted full access to it. 2:26 says, "He who overcomes, and he who keeps my deeds until the end, to him I will give authority over the nations." Chapter 3, verse 5, "He who overcomes will thus be clothed in white garments, and I will not erase his name from the book of life. I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels." White garments, pure, perfect, untainted, innocent. And Jesus will vouch for us before Almighty God on the throne and all the angels in heaven. 3 verse 12. "He who overcomes, I will make him a pillar in the temple of my God, and he will not go out from it anymore, and I will write on him the name of my God." 3:21. "He who overcomes, I will grant to him to sit down with me on my throne, as I also overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne." To sit down on the throne of the Son of God, the perfect one. He who himself overcame life's challenges. Finally, verse number 6 is from chapter 21, verse 7. "He who overcomes will inherit these things, and I will be his God, and he will be my son." We will inherit the marvelous things that God has created. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, but the beauty and the harmony and pure love of God. Hold on to these encouraging fruits, eternal rewards that come from staying in the fight. These scriptures are from Jesus. and they are meant to help us reach the goal. Cling on to God, even when life is hard. What else could we cling on to? God is the one who is eternally stable. God is love, even when your emotions are trying to make us give up. Keep the faith, trust the promises, embrace God, and you will be victorious. With God's help, you are an overcomer. You are. Until next episode, take care. Bye.